What is going on, y'all? What is going on? Thank you for choosing once again to click on the channel. This is Oyaoy. I am simply here to do my job. Get the messages to the collective. How are you guys? How is everybody? Thank you, everybody that has been liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting the channel. Welcome all new subscribers. Oh, I most definitely had to hop on and see how everybody is. You guys, I love you. I miss you. I hope everybody's continuing to press forward. We all know healers need healing. So, most of the time, if I am going through anything, I am stepping out the way. Okay? That is the great thing about being a part of something that I don't believe any of us were able to recognize when we were on our own spiritual journeys. There are a lot of people out here that are really doing what they're supposed to do this time around. Thank God for them, because we are all going through something. And when I tell you, people will keep going, people will keep trying, but you serve a mighty God, okay? And that God is housed within yourself. Thank you, everybody that has been liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting you guys. I really appreciate it. I really do. So let's see. I had got a few messages. I'm going to try to get out as many as I can today. Starting back up. Going through a lot of cleansing, recognizing my own triggers. And it's funny because I believe a lot of us feel like, we have reached a certain level. But when I tell you, you'll reach a certain level and realize that there is another level that you should be reaching or you could be reaching. No one is actually at their highest self. You will see, even if you are claiming to be of a higher dimension or going through something, you are still affected by things that are going on around you. This is why, you're seeing a lot of people asking for prayer for their certain communities because a lot of things are going on with everybody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody's going through something. Okay, it's just all it is to it. Don't let these people pump fake you. You starting to see a lot of this shit is fraudulent. Yeah, so you got tested times and tempted fate. Please, guys, only take what resonates. I'm only here to give it to you so you can have it. We are all stars in our own show, but this may or may not be for you. So during this time, you're going to see that your faith is being tested. I mean, it's all it is to it. I think a lot of us, even, there's different names, there's different levels, but a lot of us have experienced things that we never thought that we would have to experience just to be able to be our best self, to be who God has called us to be who we are this particular time. And when I tell you, keep your faith, keep your motivation, keep whatever it is about you that you're supposed to have, because it's going to be a lot of people that are not for that. You're going to realize, you get enemies out of nowhere. People are literally so uncomfortable with themselves that even you just entering a certain room or being around somebody can trigger someone else's problems or whatever they're experiencing. And a lot of us are tempted to pop out and show people, hey, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I love God, I love others, I have compassion, but let me show you how you got me messed up. A lot of us are still trying to get past the not giving people what it is that they need. And what they need is certain levels of energy that are only caused by your confusion or your pain or something that you could be dealing with. And when I realized how much my energy was being manipulated and how people were using me against me and using my energy to fuel up other things that I was not associated with or a part of, yes, it can be a slap in the face. But sometimes it's not up to us to try to figure out if we're going to be the ones to, show people they got us all the way twisted around. Allow God to work through you in your life, okay? Confirmation. I don't know where this fly came from. A lot of people are still trying to, buzz around and try to figure out what you're doing. Could be real irritating or causing you to be irritated. Continue to hold your peace. Okay. I kept getting confirmation that, it was a time for me to be silent, because I never in so many years realized how far the enemy will go. And you need to know that it is about your soul and about your spiritual health and your well-being. This is why a lot of people were caught off guard with this particular war, okay? Because I believe that we were all picturing it to be physical at the moment, but it's most definitely an internal and spiritual experience. And I would only say that because even if you go and you start to see certain items that are now available in the stores, or books or movies or entertainment, if you see certain things, you'll see that there has been a shift depending on what level you are on your spiritual journey. You'll see that everything's blatantly in your face. Now this is simply like, say I go to the grocery store and there is an apple. Okay, there's an apple that's available. There's a lot of apples. They're shiny, they're good to go. On one side there's the apples, and on the other side there may be oranges or bananas or something else. You have the decision to make what it is, to make the decision of what it is that you want to internalize and put within yourself. And that's just as simple. I can do it. Are you going to pick the orange, or you going to pick the apple? And you're starting to see, it's up to you to keep your thoughts a certain way, to keep your vibration at a certain level, to keep certain people, places, things away from you, so that your energy cannot be manipulated this time. There have been several times, you have to watch where you get invited to, or when, people out the blue want to include you in certain things, and you will have did some level of healing and you no longer include yourself in certain things. You have to watch those invites, if that makes sense. You have to be mindful of what people will call you to, simply so your energy can be used, or something about you can be used, or you can just be set up. I mean, that's all it is to it. A lot of us are not going to keep being silent about the things we have experienced, because by God's grace, glory, mercy, and everything, love, the real kind, we are learning to accept what we have experienced and make sure others are aware of the tactics that have been going on. So at this time, you guys, yes, it's a lot of freaky shit going on. You're going to see a lot of things around you that are changing. Your body's changing. Your thoughts are changing. So continue to allow that part of your faith to keep you strong with what you know. And I was laughing about that yesterday, because it's like, everything that I have experienced, I know I experienced it. I felt it. I felt the pain from it. I've seen the consequences of it. So I'm so grateful to have lived through what I have, to recognize the things that were going on. So, don't stay asleep to the creeps. That's all it is to it. Continue to clear your thoughts and stay as positive as possible. And I believe, when you hear me say stay as positive as possible, don't take it like me saying, oh, just, turn the other cheek. Turn your back and let them stab you again. No, this is you keeping a level of peace within yourself, knowing that God is going to fight every battle that has ever been placed in the front of you, on the side of you, in the back of you, and even within you. And I think a lot of people are starting to see what they have done to be their own enemy. And I think that's a big part of, acceptance and accountability. Is like, yeah, I've experienced a lot. And a lot of it was because I refused to see that the people that I was around, the things that I was doing, a lot of things that was in my life was not for me. And that's not saying that things and people were necessarily bad, but if you ain't for me, you're not for me. If we are not the same, we're not the same. And no, it does not give anybody the right to manipulate not only an image, my emotions, my feelings, my financial security, or anything. And you seeing that people that have done that, they're getting the business. So continue to keep your thoughts positive and know that you're not the only one going through testing times, okay? A lot of us are trying to figure it out. People are still in that phase where, until we all collectively as one reach this certain level of vibration, then we're all going to, hear about what people may be experiencing, or hearing certain stories that we done heard years ago, or, the certain messages that we get, they come back up. I think a lot of people need to move their pride out the way when it comes to actually being there for each other, because you're going to see it's a level of oneness that has to happen before any of us are ever really necessarily, free from this type of pain and suffering. And I'll say that because, even right now, there are certain places that are flooding. A lot of us have spoke up about, the plans, the things that we have witnessed, the things that we get confirmation on, not only in our spirit, but in our dream state, or when we're meditating. And a lot of the times, people look at it like, oh, why would God talk to her and not talk to me? We all have the ability to be open to receive the type of love that God has. When I tell you, I have experienced the ups and downs of trying to figure out who I was, to the point where I had to keep people around me at one point in time because I felt like I would have been lonely, or I would have felt lonely. Because my thing, I've always wanted family. Like, this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want the family, the house, the picket fence, the, children running around collecting dandelions, and we want the regular shit. It's a lot of people that want things that are out of their grasp or out of their hands. But when you realize the simplicity of life, of just loving God and loving others and loving your circumstances, or whatever hand you've been dealt, that's one thing. But when it's manipulated, or someone's constantly trying to keep you from this certain level of success or bliss or whatever it is, then there's the problem. No one has authority to play God over anyone. And you starting to see a lot of these people are getting scared because they have been playing with things that not only belong to the people that they are playing against, but they've been playing with things without permission and manipulating certain things that shouldn't be manipulated. So it's all there is to it. I have no sympathy for the wickedness. I just don't. People want to play games with people's lives, with their children, with their livelihood. I don't have any sympathy for those who are now going to experience, what it is that they're going to experience. If you have opened up your door, which is your vessel, if you have opened up that door to connect with certain, spirits or things, and now that this stuff is coming back to haunt you or ask you for whatever it is that you were supposed to deliver, I really have no sympathy for it. I was sitting there earlier, like, picking my fro out, trying to figure it out, because I'm in this place now where the love that I have extended to a lot of people, I could care less if it was taken for granted, or if it was, used to do other things. What had made me wake up was people will make it seem like you have done nothing, or your love, your creativity, anything about you has done nothing to contribute to their own personal success. So when you turn that shit off, or you take something back, and you claim your power, and you start speaking your truth, and things are starting to be revealed, and shit's falling off of people, know that it's best to not have any negative thoughts about another person and what they could be going through. Because I'm gonna tell you all the time, like, a lot of us go through things we've had experienced, and the people that may have been, against us or may have witnessed that, they will not survive, or they cannot survive what it is that we have experienced. I don't know who set it up like this, but God always has a plan. But they cannot survive. So know that, your first step is taking them negative thoughts out your head. A lot of people, you're gonna see things, promises were meant to be broken. Love can only be shown to you through actions. People can claim they love all day, but we're gonna see. Cause you're seeing, ooh, nah, 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 nah. So I don't know what's going on with Trey Songz. Something's coming up about Trey Songz here. And you got promise everything will be okay. So somebody is being told everything will be okay. Okay, you could be worrying about some things that's going on, and you need to clear your thoughts. Okay, someone's out here trying to actually tempt you into doing something, and this is literally, if you try to leave this person alone, this person could be trying to tempt you to do something here. So we're gonna see. Okay, somebody's also trying to like either tempt somebody with a loan of money, or they're coming in quick with this money. And I said, like, one of my biggest lessons was to learn that things that I need will always be provided for. If it comes too quick, it's coming from the enemy. If it comes from a so-called friend or family, it's gonna come with, you remember what I did for you, or there's always attachments to something. So learn to depend on God. That was the best thing I could do, was learn to depend on God. Not man, not woman, not mother, not father, not brother, not sister, not anything that is under a name that we have associated to people that we actually love. The real love that you will experience will be coming from your higher self, your spiritual team. Because you will feel it, and it is the best feeling that anyone can ever feel. This is why, here I'm going to promote that you have your own personal relationship. You have your own personal relationship here, because this is almost like someone is very negative, and they feel like if they leave you alone, then whatever it is that they did promise you, or whatever it is they did tempt you with, then they don't have to provide whatever it is. And that's the thing. If we are constantly dependent upon a man or a woman, or a kinfolk or family, foe, whatever, if we're constantly dependent upon anything outside of ourselves and our relationship with the Most High, then that sets us up to be hurt, disappointed, deceived, manipulated. Okay, so we're going to start doing things differently. It's just all it is to it. Learning to recognize that our thoughts also create our reality here. So you got, don't run, have no fear. Okay, so someone could actually be trying to get away from somebody that is actually trying to tempt them during these times. And I pray, I have been, when I tell you, it's almost like I have literally been on pause. Okay, because I know when the Holy Spirit is telling me to be quiet, and then I know when I'm being manipulated. Okay, if that makes sense. I know when it's time to just simply be quiet, because it's like I always seem to pick up on the setups, or people trying to manipulate or reword my words, or rewrite, or steal content, whatever the people are trying to do. It doesn't matter at this point. I just really want to do my part in making sure that a lot of people are aware of the things that we have experienced, what we have done, what we have contributed to. A lot of people are going to be experiencing their own level of suffering, and it is up to you to just move away from it. Okay, it's as simple as I can say that. And in my own situation, it's always been, you always hear peace be still. And I think what people do is they take for granted, for one, your own personal story or your journey, because once again, what has worked for me may not work for you, or what has worked for others may not work for us. But any type of way, anytime someone explains to you what they have experienced, this is an eye opener. And I've learned that, because not only have I had my own story revealed to me through someone else, this is also some type of way that people keep you in a fear-based mentality. Okay, don't leave. Don't leave, because if you leave, you'll leave me. Or if you leave, then I won't have anybody else to fuck with or break promises with. You know, start preparing to make sure that you are self-sufficient, making sure that you're not dependent upon anything outside of you. In the worst case scenarios that I have witnessed is, we've all experienced where we have put our lives or trusted someone else with our own well-being, and you'll see that shit is not going right. A lot of people, fuck the setups. It's to the point where, they doing shit in broad daylight now. You remember back in the day, things were being done in the dark, and we didn't know about it. A lot of us were still sleep depressed, going through our own stuff. We had to go through our own lessons and learning, and we didn't see it for what it was. But a lot of things are going on in broad daylight to where God's like, okay, there is no way you can't see. This person is not for you. This person is for you. This person is not for you. This person is for you. So you being told, have no fear when it comes to you maybe leaving to do something better for yourself. Because I get that somebody could be feeling like you leaving them or you leaving them alone to do something, but we're all adults. I think one thing that kept me hindered was, I'm a fighter. I'm gonna fight for everybody, and I'm gonna fight for what's right, and I'm gonna fight for love, because that's what I believe in. I believe in, the respect of people and their own personal privacy. And I feel like, if I have a neighbor and they're doing something or whatever, that's on you. I'm not one of them people that's gonna, be sneaky and try to figure out what I can do to fuck your life up. And I think this is why things are turning around and people are experiencing their own personal hell, because they have secretly done things for so long, but it's like they have became like almost codependent on your energy, whether they were doing right by you or not, to the point where when you pull yourself away from these situations, all the shit's gonna fall down anyway. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, if somebody's negative, you're not obligated to, sit and wait for this person to actually fulfill a promise that they may have gave you so long ago. I don't know. Yeah, so you got it's time to rise up, okay? Somebody was actually lost without mercy here. I don't know why Palladians is coming up. You also got something in Philadelphia, okay? Something about some type of drilling that could be going on. Yeah, something having to do with the gas stations or fuel stations here. So let's see what's going on. Oh, wow. Yeah, so someone is like going through so much on their mental. This is also causing you a headache, and I'm telling you, I have seen that when somebody's constantly in this mode of negative thinking or doing something against someone else, you may see that this person experiences headaches that are not normal. And I say this because I've actually witnessed somebody actually go through these type of headaches to where it ends up causing them to be in the hospital or something happens. Okay, so if this is you, collective, because I love you guys, I want you to know that a lot of times when you get these headaches, this is also a part of whatever your thought process is. Okay, so if you start changing your thoughts about these times, and I say these times very lightly because the deception is these are the times when this is the beginning. Okay, the fear is to run around chaotic and be in this oh no, I gotta run energy, when really, this may be your time to be still. A lot of us are not, how can I put this? A lot of us are not in this energy or this season of constant fear or having to run around or being constantly tested or having these negative thoughts. Okay, when something is turned around, it's turned around. So maybe somebody needs to like fix their thought pattern. And trust me, I understand, because if you're constantly feeling like you have to get up and go or protect yourself or fight something that is unseen, or you're constantly under some type of spiritual warfare, you will always feel like you have to run or you have to go or you have to get away. But understand, when it's a spiritual issue, which is also connected to your mental health and your negative thinking, you can move every year of your life. But until you actually dealt with whatever it is, this lesson that you're supposed to experience this time, you're running right back in circles. This is almost like somebody dealing with something they may have experienced, and God may have delivered you out of it, or you've come up out of it, but you feel lost still. And this is only because you need to change your thought process. So I wish you the best when it comes to not having this level of fear. Okay, because a lot of us, we have been there. I'm telling you, there is no one that has not felt what you could be feeling at the time, or what somebody else is feeling at the time. Please only take what resonates, because a lot of us, some people are dealing with certain issues, some people are not. A lot of people had a lot of people really didn't have to experience what people had to go through, because whether they was on the other side of it, whether it was a person that was actually doing it, victimizing somebody, or they may have been fortunate enough to be born into a family that healed whatever was needed to be healed, or they were spoon fed, or however somebody is. A lot of us are, we're not experiencing the same thing. So only take what it is you need. Yeah, so we got a smell coming up from out of ground. Somebody could actually be near a meat house, or somewhere that they doing something with some meat here. Somebody could actually be smelling something here. Yeah, so you got it. Open up your heart, okay? Whatever you dealt with, this was actually connected to some energy that has traveled like many lifetimes. This is almost past life past life enemy energy. And I'm not sure. We're gonna see if this is actually coming for your level of thinking, or if it's just to keep you in some type of fear base to where you feel like you lost and you don't have mercy here, but you have mercy to rise up. Okay, and it could simply be, moving away from somebody or something that you're doing so you can have it. Yep, you said everything you want, and your highest good, the highest vibration. Everything that you want can come into you, but you got to change your level of thinking here. And I know the times are tested. We are all being tested at this time. Everybody's being weighed. There is judgment that has already been called. I mean, you know, but you have no fear on having, a different outlook on things. Have no fear when it comes to accepting that you deserve more, because whatever you experienced is just, what someone else may have wanted you to experience. God has way more for you, and that's okay for you to have that. Yeah, somebody was like doing something to try to set something up here. So you got somebody could have been trying to set somebody up. Yeah, let's see what this setup is. Yeah, this is almost like somebody also like chasing somebody in a vehicle here. Yeah, then you got somebody could literally be like, no one's gonna love you like I love you, but that's a lie. God will love you way more than this person could ever. Okay, somebody's like real sneaky and deceptive here. This person's always negative. Okay, they could have always been trying to project something, or they could be trying to do some type of damage here to somebody's car. But this person is like plays dress up. Okay, this is somebody that with every outfit they have a different persona, or they have a different personality. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I don't know who this is by. Okay, this is a lot going on in this read. Okay, we're about to end this, but this could be your confirmation. You could be somewhere where somebody's actually doing like illegal dumping or illegal waste. Okay, so you could be smelling something from where somebody could have actually been trying to dump something that's like underground or in a ditch or somewhere. Somebody's like around something that's stinking and stinks real bad because somebody's dumping a lot of illegal garbage there. So I don't know if who needed to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, it's also some type of accident here with a dump truck. Yeah, someone could actually be in a wooded area here. So we're gonna get a couple more. Let's see. Yeah, so you got millionaires out here. Somebody's grandmother and their mother, okay, wants you to know. So this could be for somebody that actually has experienced losing a grandmother and a mother. Okay, they want you to know that you are their joy. You got Zion out here. Yeah, they want you to know that somebody is highly celebrated in the cosmos, okay? And this is like you being told to sing. Maybe you sing and they want you to know you can make money by singing here. This could also be particularly like gospel music or something. Everything that you want, you can have it here. So this is like somebody wants you to know that if you want millions, you can have it. Yeah, you might need to get a restraining order on somebody here. Um, that is trying to prevent you from actually blossoming or having this tree of life. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm out. I actually seen a couple people that may have experienced it, and I have in my own situation where I did, I went down thinking that I could get help from the judicial system, and I applied for an EPO on people that I felt like that I may have needed to move away from for a while to see what was going on in my own life, okay, because a lot was going on. And that didn't help me. Once these people found out that I did this, everything started happening worse. It was like the harassment, the kicking my door off the hinges, the false charges, everything. So be mindful when you go down to take this certain type of paperwork, because like I said, this energy, this spirit that is amongst certain people with this negative energy that's going around, um it may not be best to always go involve the courts. And I'm not trying to give anybody any advice. Please do not take my advice for legal advice, medical advice, or anything. I'm just going to speak to you on my own experience, on what I've experienced. That sometimes it's best to just go. Okay? And I when I tell you, I have done it a couple times where I have to leave everything. Sometimes you have to leave everything in order to leave with your life. Okay, God is going to provide whatever it is that you need. And I don't want to get emotional, but I want you to know that you can come out of this if you have to somehow get away from everything and everybody in order to be who you're supposed to be this time. Okay, we cannot grow our fruit or our lawns if somebody's constantly setting it on fire with their secret warfare here. But yeah, somebody actually may need to get some type of protection or let somebody know, what they are experiencing, because there is somebody here with real negative energy that, wants to do something illegal here. Okay. And this is also somebody that could be just dumping a bunch of negative thoughts near you, around you. And this too, you could pick up and make it seem like, you're isolated, you don't want to be bothered, you're in some type of fear. But I'm telling you, everything that you want, you can have it. Okay. You have mercy here. Rise up.